A spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerge from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Silver. 180!
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Fournette running right. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Foles. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Foles. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 43.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Fournette, a first down carry. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Foles. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor.
The pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Terry Poe coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Foles. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 34.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. He's going to loft one deep left side here. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. To throw on 2nd and 6. Newton got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. It's a gain of 5, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Completes it to Samuel. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 81 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have multiple.
But I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, and then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Newton. And the pressure gets to him again. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And this one is right down Broadway. So make some room next to Tom Dempsey on the NFL's all-time field goal distance leaderboard. That's going to go down officially as a 63-yarder.
Let's not forget about David Akers, Jason Elam, and Sebastian Janikowski, too. So now Matt Prater at 64 has got a little bit of company up near the top spot. That was one heck of a kick right there.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though? when they only gave up the field goal, and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved though if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Leonard Fournette. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Oliver.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time. And it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now Newton. The throw left side, complete to Hogan. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Newton. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton. Step. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Calais Campbell able to record his 5th sack of the season. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Newton to throw. They will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. DJ Hayden, the corner, in on the tackle.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Well, the training staff works on him. We'll step aside. And Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on second down. Foles. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
What we got?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Ryan Glasgow drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is fielded in the end zone. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Rolling to his left. The ball comes out, and the Jags grab it.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one, paramount. Because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing. And this is caught by Lee. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise Lee, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that'll make it 24-7. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here. They've got his man complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 52 yards. Newton now to throw. Out to his left. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Now a first down throw for Newton. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Jarius Wright, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And a rout is on here in this first half. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Mike, 4
all day, dog. Mike 4. Good.
2nd and 1. Going for the deep ball. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll set up a throw, and that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will get them one closer. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the screen.
A final shot before the break. Newton. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
That's it. Big hit.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Here's Newton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Newton. He's going to loft one deep, and this will be caught at the 30. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards on the tuck and run. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run it again with Fournette. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Dancing to his left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Single receiver.
To throw again on 2nd down. Foles. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Pull it together. Check 3.
Yeah, let's go.
Rush in.
Go.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement.
He's got daylight. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. Keelan Cole, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
So on the big tight end, hold it.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. 19 yards there on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Easy.
We got 4. Check.
22-jet bombers.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Foles. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 20. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Now a shotgun handoff to Scarlett. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Newton on third down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hogan. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Panther first down. Newton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third and long, it's Newton. Flushed out right, eluding the pressure right. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game. I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Throwing is Newton. And he slides to avoid the hit. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks in, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something.
And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Ryan Glasgow able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Now Foles. Pryor has it complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Foles now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Foles, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he's going to go down again. Ryan Glasgow getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Foles. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And it is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
20.
On 1st down, it's Newton. Now he's Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Jags grab it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Looking to throw. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. He'll find O'Shaughnessy open left side. And it's picked up by the Panthers. Takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. The offenses have success. You could say they've run wild a little bit. Time for the defenses to get into the act, and one does here.
Nothing like a little bit of revenge for the defense. They've had to deal with it all game long. Both offenses going up and down the field. How about it when they take the ball away and take it to the other end zone?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Newton's going to throw it. On the move to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Here's Artis Payne. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Newton. The throw left side complete to Hogan. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Panthers, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.